Okay, welcome back. This is part 2 of the animation. And what we're going to do now is we're going to export it and then bring it into Stencil and get it all animated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File and we're going to do Save As. Really important that we do Save As. Okay, so you can widen this window so that way you can see all your text here. So you're going to, on a Mac, you're going to want to make sure that you go to the little Home icon over here, and since this video is mostly for my students, you guys are going to go to your desktop and save it to your Space Shooter game folder. I've put mine in my Documents folder. Okay, so we're going to put it inside our Sprites folder, and we're going to save this as a PNG file. So you're going to come down here and you're going to change the file of type, and you're going to choose PNG. Okay, and I'm going to call it Player Ship. And then it's going to pop up with this image right here. I'll click on OK, and there we go. It should now be saved. Now I would not close Krita, and then head on over to Stencil. Okay, so here we are in Stencil. You're going to open up your game. I'm going to open up my level. This is where he's going to go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go to Actor Types. We're going to create an actor, and I'll call this Player Ship. If you want, you can rename this later. Hit Create. I'm going to add in an animation. Now, even if your actor is not going to be animated, let's say it's going to be a tree or a rock, something that's not going to be animated, you still have to click on that button there, even though it says animation. Then you're going to click to add a frame, again, even if you're not animating. You want to double check and make sure that your scale is set to 1x. That's so it'll then be normal, full, 100% size. We're going to then click on Choose Image, and you guys and my students are going to go to the desktop. I'm going to go navigate to my graphics folder, sprites, and this is the one you want, the PNG. So when I bring it in, we now need to tell Stencil to slice this up, and I need 4 columns because there's 4 frames. So right up here where it says columns, I'm going to type in 4, and you'll see that now it's sliced it up. So there we go. Okay, so there are the 4 frames there, and if you look really closely up here where it says animations, you can actually see a preview of your animation. And I know it's small, but there we go. So I'm going to rename this animation, and I'm just going to go ahead and call it Idle. Some game developers will call it default. Both, I think, work really well. Now you will notice that down here in the frames it tells you the number of frames, 0, 1, 2, 3. They count 0 as always the first one. And the 100 milliseconds is the speed. So if you play your animation in your game and it's running too fast, you can come in here and you can go ahead and change the duration. And I could maybe make it 200 milliseconds or whatever, and that would slow it down. Okay, and you can do that for all of your frames. Okay, so now I need to add this to my scene, and I can do that 2 ways. I can click here and say Add to Scene, and then choose which scene I want, and that's nice and easy. Or I can go back to my level, and over here on the far right, click on Actors, and here's my actor. So if I bring out my actor, and I try to place it, you'll see that I can't place it. And the reason for that is because of my layers over here. So in my layers over here, I have 3 backgrounds so that I get this really cool animated space scene. And then I have my layer here, which is my, my main layer. I'm going to go ahead and rename that and just call it main. Okay? And I want to take this and I want to move it up by clicking on this little triangle a couple times until it's on the top. Because I want my player actually up above and on top of the space. Okay, so now I've got my player. I had to go back here and click on the little pencil icon. And now I'm going to go ahead and just place it right there in the center. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to save my game. It's always a good idea to save before you actually export. Everything looks pretty good, so now I can come up here and click on Test Game. So I have no coding. That's going to happen in the next screencast video that I'm about to make. But I just want to see that the actor actually made it into the scene and is, in fact, Yep, there we go. Okay, so now you can actually see, there it is right there, and it is in fact animating. It looks good. Okay, so I will see you in the next video, and that's where we're going to do some coding, introduce stencil coding to get this to start moving left and right at least, and then eventually up and down if that's where you want to take it. All right, see you in the next video.